Thank you all for being here. My name is Iris Vanderloo. I want to preface this speech by saying if you are a victim of sexual assault and this may be triggering to you, you can always feel free to cover your ears or to leave the room. Lots of you may know people who are victims of sexual assault, and some of you may even be victims yourself. It is no surprise that all of you at least know of someone who has dealt with rape, and the idea of that is purely scary and heartbreaking. We all have stories to tell about people who we know have dealt with this issue, and all deserve to be heard. But today, I'm going to be sharing my best friend's story. Similar to most victims, my friend, let's call her Alexandra, knew her oppressor. She was 15 at the time. Now, I don't want to get into the disturbing details of the assault itself, but one thing I can tell you is that it was not consensual. Prior to the assault, Alexandra had already suffered from depression. After the assault, her depression skyrocketed, and she attempted suicide once shortly after, and another time many months later. Rape and other forms of inappropriate non-consensual activity goes much further beyond the assault itself, and it can heavily damage your emotional health for years. A strong woman who puts this into great words is Aly Raisman. Now, you may have heard of her through her incredible gymnastics career, but herself and 265 other women suffered years of abuse from famous, trusted doctor Larry Nassar. According to Raisman, treatments with you were mandatory. You took advantage of that, lying on my stomach with you on my bed, insisting that your inappropriate touch would help to heal my pain. The reality is that you caused me a great deal of physical, mental, and emotional pain. You never healed me. You took advantage of our passions and our dreams. These powerful words tell us that sexual abuse, quote-unquote, goes way beyond the moment. And the amount of women that are affected by this underreported issue is astronomical. 1 in 6 women will be personally affected by sexual assault in their life. Now, this may not seem like that much because we have a tendency to disassociate numbers from people, including myself. But when you think about 1/6 of all the people in your life, they are loved, and seeing them hurt would be devastating, and it would hurt you. The saddest part is that these people are just normal, everyday people. People who seem to live a normal life. People who seem like your average Joe. People just like you. Now, we all know many people, but let's say, for example, 300 women. Now, for scale, this is about the amount of female students there are at Millennium. Now, about 60 of those women will be raped at one point in their life, and about 20 of those victims will have a suicidal thought. This is demented. That is more women than there are in this class, and each one of us are bright, talented, brilliant individuals who have several people that care so much about us. All of those 20 women have families, best friends, and people who love them. The amount of anguish that would bring to so many, the victim and the people who the victim is surrounded by, is violently high. Now, I look at all the faces in this room, and I hope and pray that none of you have to go through what Aly Raisman or what Alexandra went through. As much as I wish my wishes were true, there is no guarantee. In order to lessen the amount of sexual assault that there is, we need to report it when it occurs. Rape is the most underreported crime, with only 12% of child sexual abuse being reported. Reporting crimes brings awareness to the issue, and it shows everyone, lawmakers, judges handling rape cases, bystanders, that this is a huge issue in society that cannot be taken lightly. For those who have had experience with sexual violence and are having thoughts of depression or suicide, remember, there's always someone to talk to. You can call 1-800-273-8255, the National Suicide Hotline, or 1-800-656-4673, the National Sexual Assault Hotline. Time is up for staying quiet about an issue that blatantly affects so many. Time is up for letting sexual predators roam free with no punishment. Time is up for making excuses about rape. Time is up. Thank you for listening.